We know that the Chinese had been aware of basic photographic principles as early as the 5th century BC, and Leonardo da Vinci had experimented with darkroom in the 1500s, but it was a number of discoveries in chemistry during the 18th century that accelerated the development of modern photography. The discovery of the silver salts were light sensitive led to experimentation with the image of light on a surface that had been coated with silver, often glassy, was the early images. But the problem was these were images were ephemeral, fading after only a short time. Some of the chemists who worked with them called the fairy pictures and considered them that they were only momentary creations, that they would disappear. Okay, how to fix the image permanently was one of the most important challenges of the early photography chemists. In France, in about 1820, Nicephorus discovered a method for fixing the image after a long exposure time, or probably 8 hours. So, although his work considered interesting, it was largely dismissed as impractical. Nevertheless, one of his associates, Louis Daguerre, managed to find a way to reduce the exposure time to less than 20 minutes. So the story goes, in 1835, Daguerre was experimenting with some exposed plates, and he put a couple of them into his chemical cupboard. So a few days later, he opened the cupboard, and his surprise, the red images on the plates developed. Cricket eye, but eventually he concluded that this must have occurred as a result of mercury vapor. For the enclosed the kappa. Supposedly from this force action, he was able to invent a process for developing relating the images on an exposed plate. The process itself was somewhat complicated. First, he exposed copper plates to iodine, which released fumes of light-sensitive silver iodide. The copper plates were used to capture the image, and by the way, they had to be used almost immediately after the exposure to the iodine. So the image on the plate was then exposed to light for 10 to 20 minutes, and the plate was developed over mercury heated to about 75 degrees centigrade, which that caused the mercury to amalgamate with silver. Now here's the scene they fixed the image in one of the common salt, but later he began using a sodium sulfide. Anyway, he rinsed the plate in hot distilled water. A white image was left permanent on the plate, and the quality was really quite amazing. But the process had its limitations. At first, the image couldn't be reproduced, so each one was a unique piece, and that greatly increased the cost of photography. Second, the image was see themselves as though they are looking in a mirror. Although in the case of portraits, the fact that people are accustomed to see themselves in the mirror made this problem resurgent and some observers. Nevertheless, some photographers did not see as a mirror reflection of the capture so that the reflection would be reversed and the true image could be reproduced. Okay. Third, the chemicals and fuels that they release are high toxic, so photography was a very dangerous occupation. Fourth, the surface of the image was extremely fragile and had to be protected, often under glass, so they didn't disintegrate from being motivated to hold the air became popular not only for aesthetic purposes, practical reasons. And finally, although the exposure time had been radically reduced, it was still inconveniently long, under 20 minutes, especially for portraits, since people would have to sit still in the sun for the length of the time. However, the headrests were constructed to keep the subject from moving so that the image wouldn't be ruined. And many people simply didn't want to endure this discomfort. Improvement in chemistry and optics have resolved most of these issues. bromide as well as iodine synthesize the plates, and the photographer were even using chlorine and effort to decrease the exposure time. The portrait lens was also improved by reducing the size of the opening and limiting the amount of light that could enter, so the exposure time was about 20 seconds instead of 20 minutes. And a negative here had been introduced in France, in England, and negative permitted projects of multiple copies from a single image. So photography was on its way becoming a popular profession and pastime.